Hello people, welcome back to Excel with Amy. On this channel, we talk about career, education, lifestyle. If these are subjects that are of interest to you, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification for this channel. Guess what is up in this video? In today's video, we are talking about a lot of people who have gotten admission without funding. If oftentimes once you get admission without funding, you count that school out. No. Today, I'm going to show you two surest way to secure funding if you have gotten admission without funding. This video is not going to be me talking, but I'm actually showing you on my laptop how to do these two things. Our subsequent videos, we are going to talk about other form of fundings like student loans. And so you want to hit the subscribe button, turn on notification for this channel. Welcome to the channel where education meets adventure and passions are transformed into lifelong lessons. Excel with Amy. Now, most of these two things will be categorized under graduate assistantships. And so let's look at what graduate assistantship is. Graduate assistantship is a form of academic aid that is given to students in exchange for their services while they are studying on campus. So while you are studying, the school can hire you to be a research assistant, teaching assistant, or administrative assistant, where your services is rendered in exchange for a tuition waiver, a stipend, or even medical allowances being paid. Not all the schools provide the medical insurance for graduate students that have secured graduate assistantship. Now, let's look at the basic difference between the research assistant, the administrative assistant, and the teaching assistant, what you should do to secure this funding, and then we'll jump right into the laptop. The research assistant, usually you are paired with a professor in your field of study, so you assist the professor with their research area in the department or even other department that aligns with your interest, and then you work with these professors in exchange for your tuition and all of the specs that we have mentioned. Now, the teaching assistant is also a form of graduate assistantship where you assist professors with like invigilation, marking, and all of those teaching assistant stuff, like maybe go to class with them once a week or something. Really depends on the school, and so this is also done in exchange for the specs that we have mentioned. And then there's administrative assistant, is also basically doing administrative work like front desk aid. Let's look at what you should do to be able to get it. So if you have gotten admission without funding, that's not the end of the process. What must you do to secure these opportunities that we have just mentioned? Now, you want to only tailor your resume to exhibit those experiences that have been outlined in the job description. Usually you will not find a job description for this, but if you're applying for a research assistant, if let's say applying for a research assistant, the professor is doing economics or civil engineering, and then you want to write apply for this, you tailor your resume to the research interest of this particular professor. If you are doing a teaching assistantship, usually, like if you have a teaching assistant experience, this is a plus, but there are a lot of things that you do not count as teaching assistant experience, but they are like volunteering work, like gathering group studies. It's how you brand yourself and how you project the resume as such. So you want to tailor your resume to these opportunities accordingly. You just don't put in any resume at all. And for administrative assistant, you want to highlight your Microsoft Word experiences, your Excel experiences, and Access experiences, and your communication skills, right? Because most of these administrative assistants are front desk aid, all of those stuff. Now, this is just talk. Let's go into the computer to find how you can secure funding without admission in two simple opportunities or steps, different steps. One, you go to the department website, find a job and apply, which I did in this video. And two, you go to the department website to find a professor. Like how you find their research interests is all in this video. One thing I want to highlight between these two steps is that one, the first option may give you up to a 50%. It really depends. I know schools that provide 100% for these opportunities. The second option, if you secure a professor that is willing to work with you, they forward your profile to the admissions board, and your entire cost of attendance is waived. So that can be a slight difference. Notwithstanding, the first option can still grant you 100% funding, administrative, you still get your stipend and all of the specs that we have mentioned. I would like you to stay with me throughout this video and you will not regret it. Yes, and so today, like I did say in the introduction video, we are looking at the two surest way to secure funding if you have gotten admission without funding. And the first step is you open a web browser and then whichever school that you got. In my case, I'm going to use Arizona State University because that is where I did my graduate degree. So I'm going to type ASU students jobs, and they came up because I tried this before filming this video. And so I'll click on this, and then it says the first link says job search student employment ASU. I'm going to click on that, and then it gives me four options: search on campus jobs, search off campus jobs, graduate um research assistant or TA information, and then we have educational work jobs. And so for the purpose of our funding, we this is you're applying to the school and then you needed information on how to get RA or TA information. This is what you do. But for the purpose of this video, we are looking at on campus jobs or on off campus jobs, depending on where you are going to stay or where you want to stay during your program of study. And so first I'll click on search on campus jobs, and there's a number of jobs that is going to show up, a number of jobs that is going to show up. You can see that this role was posted on 6th March, wellness manager. So you cannot really say don't apply for this or don't apply for that. I would say that you say student worker 3. So there are levels to it, right? There is student worker 1, student worker 2, student worker 3. So for someone who is coming from an international country, or if you have less experience, I would say you should go for student worker 1. If you have intermediate experience, you can go for student worker 2, and you have the required skills, you can go as much as student worker 3. And so these are the roles that are available. Let's look for something: student worker 2, lifeguard, office assistant, student worker 3. You can click on that, and then the job description is the School of Sustainable Engineering and the Built Environment is seeking a motivated candidate to fill the position of office assistant in the advising office. This position will work at the front desk area and support the advising staff. And so you can see that a student hire hourly. The job is on campus Tempe. It is part time, and this is not a grant funded position, and it's not contingent on future is yeah. So this the grant funded position, I want to explain quickly. If a program or a job is grant funded, it means that there is assurance that if you are doing a 2 years program, they can retain your employment on the second year, right? And then if it is not grant funded, it means that if there is no funding, basically then your opportunity is missed. But the good thing is you can apply for this, get the opportunity, get it on your I-20. Once you there is no funding, you'll be excuse me, once there is no funding, you'll be told, and so you'll be able to look for other roles while you are here. And these are minimum qualification. A significant amount of specialized training or experience is required, so it doesn't really require much. The working environment department statement, this is basically the student jobs that we talk about. So you can click on apply to job, and it says start your application. Then you go through quickly, like estimated completion time is 10 to 15 minutes. We can start this, and if it's taking a while, we can just zoom out. So you read everything, and then you try to actually save and continue. I guess that's what they want us to do. Are you currently eligible to work in the United States without ASU sponsorship? Yes, because once you're a student, you get 20 hours of work every week. Are you an ASU student? Because you have gotten admission, you choose yes. Are you or will be enrolled in classes at ASU? Yes. Click here to read the definition of federal work study. Are you eligible for federal work study? So you click here to read the definition of federal work study. And This is an information. Most of the student jobs are federal work study, and the general information, not just for ASU, you might meet this somewhere else, so you want to read it. Federal Work Study is a federally funded campus program designed to create additional job opportunities for students eligible to participate in need-based financial aid programs. So need-based financial aid program here means like need-based, right? You have gotten admission without funding. Once you get this opportunity, then you get to your tuition waived. You may get stipend, or your health insurance may be paid, as we have said in the introductory video. The hiring department pays only a percentage of the student wages, and the federal government subsidizes the remaining portion. The program encourages community service work and work related to the student's course of study. And, and a federal work study award is not disbursed in a lump sum, but through bi-weekly paychecks. And so these are just basic information or some things that you really need to pay attention to. Let's look at excuse me, eligibility. So to work in a federal work study position, you should have completed financial aid assistance documents that you are required to fill sometimes during the application for the current academic year on file, and be eligible for need-based aid. And then you have to have a federal work study award listed on your financial aid notification via the ASU. So you can actually click on this link and see what it is. If you need to apply for it, go ahead and apply. If this does not appear on your financial aid document, submit a federal work study adjustment form to request this. So even if you do not qualify for it, you can still actually go ahead and apply for it. And then you should be able to meet the standard eligibility criteria. Must be enrolled undergraduate studies 6 plus credit hours, graduate studies 6 plus credit hours. So this is very good. So it means that we do qualify for the federal work study, right? So you want to click yes. How did you find about this job? We found it on the ASU website. And then what is your ASU? So once you get the admission, you get the student ID, and then you get your login. So this is basically putting in information on the admission portal, and save and continue. So it's just basically coming to ask about my CV, cover letter. You need to write one, your address, and then email, fax, and all of these have been filled because when I was in school, I was a graduate assistant. My education history, this personal information I want us to skip real quick, and then you click on save and continue. So they need me to upload my resume. But you can see up here that we are almost, once we are done with this place, you'll be like 50% through. So this is something you can go through on your own and then reach out to experts if you have any question. This must not be hard to do. So yes, that is one option. Going to the students portal or the campus website and finding a job that you think you qualify for it. You do an interview, and then you'll be able to get it once you qualify for it. This helps you get your tuition waived and sometimes like get monthly stipend. I want us to look at something real quick with the search of campus jobs. So when you want to search of campus jobs, that will take you to Handshake. Handshake is a portal in the US where students are able to find jobs all over their geographic location, or even all over the US. Because if you are graduating school too, you are able to use Handshake for postgraduate opportunities. So that is like, I don't want to say LinkedIn, but companies post their job opportunities there, and then you'll be able to apply for it. So that is another thing that you can do. Now, that will be it for the first part. Go to the student portal, go and click let's say you got Louisiana State University, Louisiana State University campus, student campus jobs. Click on it, click on campus or off campus, and then choose a role that you think you qualify for. Go through the application, make sure you have done a thorough application, and that will be a good opportunity for you to secure your funding, because once you get it, it waives your tuition or gives you monthly stipend. So for the second option, You want to do, let's say, Arizona State University, and then you want to go to the home page of the school. And so for this one, let's do Arizona State University homepage. You can click on colleges and schools. So once you click on colleges and schools, you do, let's say, WP, let's business school. Sometimes we do say there's no research interest. So you want to do like business, WP business school. Click on academic department. And so once you click on academic department, you find so School of Accountancy, Morrison School of Agribusiness, there's Department of Economics. So you want to click on Department of Economics, and then you scroll down to economics faculty, right? So faculty members. So you can see this is a link. So you can click on this one, and then it gives you a list of economics faculty members and the link to their webpage. So let's see. The first professor you can click on, and he's called, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't want to mention. So you have the biography of the person, the research interest. Pay attention to this one. The research interest of the person, and there's the Google Scholar URL which you click on to find the research interest. So he's into econometrics, panel data models, asset pricing models, factor models. So you click on the factor models to um go to the factor. This is what he's doing. So you can see papers that he has written, his research interest, and this is what you do if you are reaching out to a professor. Hey, so and so, I read about this research interest or this paper that you did, and it was of interest to me. It aligns with my research interest. That is what we call tailoring yourself to the person. Now you reach out to this person, and once they accept to work with you, they forward you to the the admissions department, and then all the necessary requirements are done, and your tuition can be waived. Now we looked at like the economic department. We can do this for a number of departments. So even business student that says that I know that for a fact there is limited funding in the business field, but then also if you go the extra mile of doing this, you can still get a professor to work with. Now let's look quickly at the engineering. So I'm back to the homepage of the ASU website, and then you want to do academics. So you want to do college, ASU's college and schools. And then once you are on the college and schools, you want to click on the college that you are interested in. So there is design and arts, there is engineering, global features, graduate college. And so let's look at the School of Engineering. Once you click on the School of Engineering, you are going to look for a professor. What we are doing is that we are looking for a professor that is in the same research interest or is doing the same research as our interest. And then we reach out to them and then see if they would work with us. So these are a number of schools of engineering and schools within the School of Engineering. So you can click on any of them. All we are doing is looking for faculty members. So now you see these top, I'm going to click on research and outreach, and I'm going to click on faculty by discipline. So once I've clicked on it, it's going to give us the professors in this department, and then you can click on their names to get details of what they are doing. Um, and then you go ahead, click on, you read about the person. Is this person having a personality you would want to work with, or their experiences? Let me say it like that. You click on research. What research are they doing? This is their research interest. Click on them so you can see some of the papers they have written, and you want to click on them to read. So when you're reaching out to the professor, you have read about them, knowing what they do, and Is it of interest to you? This is how you can easily find a professor to work with. Once the professor agrees to work with you, they would do the necessary arrangements with the admissions department or whichever stakeholder is involved, and you get your tuition waived. So this was basically the second option. Second option is find a faculty member, which I have gone through with you how to find a faculty member. Find the department page, look for faculty or members, and look for each faculty and their research interest, and then you reach out to them accordingly. Once they agree to work with you, when you are writing them an email, make sure you are writing a detailed email about yourself, your interests, why you want to work with them. What did you see that you want to work with them? Once they accept to work with you, you are done. This is actually 100%. Like usually, this is like 100% funded, but with applying for student campus jobs, sometimes it's not up to 100% funding. So that's actually the difference. I hope this video was so helpful, and I'll meet you in my next video. Bye.